We're here with another episode of Conversations and Connections. We're the official podcast of the Family Crisis Center of East Texas. And again, I'm Stuart Burson, the prevention coordinator for the Family Crisis Center. And today we are talking with Vallie Cross with ADAC. And we're talking about their PADRES program, and I'm going to tell you all about what PADRES is and the benefit that it has for the East Texas community. Vallie, thanks.
Thank you for having me, Stuart. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. So first of all, Vallie, what is your title with ADAC?
I am the PADRES program manager, and it falls under the prevention department. Okay.
And PADRES, what does that stand for? It's an acronym. What does that stand for, and what exactly what's the purpose of PADRES?
PADRES stands for Parenting Awareness and Drug Risk Education. We are ADAC's very first intervention grant, which is really exciting. We've been boots on the ground for about a year. We're starting our second year, and it is a parenting program where we have a 13-week curriculum that we can utilize for men and women. So we have mixed groups, we have women's groups, but we also have groups just for fathers, which is the only place in Lufkin right now that are doing groups just for fathers.
Well, great. So what are the principles you teach? You talk about, it's kind of a parenting class. What goes on in these sessions? What do y'all talk about? What principles do y'all teach these folks?
It's really exciting. The grant was written, Phyllis Grand George, our executive director, made sure that ADAC is about making sure that families, that we're restoring families. And so PADRES very much falls within this. We have a lot of clients that are, or we call them participants that are from CPS. So that's real exciting because they're just some great people that we're working with and working always with the long view to anything that we teach, that it would be to make a better life for our children in our community. We teach the Nurturing Parenting curriculum and the Nurturing Fathers curriculum. It's been in play for about 22 years, so it's been around for a long time, very solid. We teach, anger management, problem solving, substance abuse impact on the family, domestic violence, co-parenting, the big issue of spanking. That's a big thing. Everybody wants to talk about spanking the first time we meet, but that's a little later down the line. But the men's group is a little bit different curriculum than it is for the mixed group. Okay. And we look at the origins of our parenting, of how did we get these messages that we're passing on to our kids, because everyone that we work with really wants their children to be successful, and it takes a lot of work to do that.
Well, obviously, someone saw the need for something like this in East Texas.
Yes. It's really wonderful and exciting to see how the substance abuse world has moved more and more as healthcare has towards prevention. We have a wonderful prevention department at ADAC that works with the littles on up through high school, and then we have treatment, and then so we're right in the middle. And the goal is to reduce the impact of substance use on families. And so we may have families that never have used substances. We just want to help them with any struggles they might have that would lead them to potentially use that as a last resort to use. Or we have families that are actively using substances. So we have a little bit of everything, but even though it's under the umbrella of ADAC, our families don't have to necessarily have any issues with substance use.
Well, that was going to be one of my questions, is there a prerequisite or requirements for someone to participate in this program?
Yes, the state grant that mandates that we see women that are expecting or families that have children under the age of 6. They can have older children, they just have to at least have a child under the age of 6, and they have to be within ADAC's catchment area.
Okay. And I kind of made the comment, jokingly, halfway, I guess, whenever earlier before we started recording, I was looking at the curriculum or at the workbook, And I kind of said, this is something that every hospital needs whenever somebody leaves with a new baby,
know,
just
right?
to give them that, because so many different things are covered that it's like you said, it's nutrition and discipline and development and, all of these things that
Yes.
are just, I think everybody could probably benefit from.
Oh, absolutely.
Really.
And, we joke that, parents have always joked that kids don't come with a rule book or with, a guidebook to go with us.
And I guess that's a perfect example. It almost looks like an instruction book
exactly.
for people.
It's wonderful. And usually, the topics are so widespread that it typically covers everybody that comes can benefit. We have people from all over that come to the groups. We have people that are going through custody issues, and so they're coming to class. And we have people that are brand new pregnant and just want information to start off on the right foot.
Sure. Now, I know some of these classes are co-ed. Some of them are just men. Some of them are just women. Is that on purpose? Is that how you have it structured, where some of these classes it's just men
Yes.
or just women, and there's some that are co-ed? Why? I guess what is the reason behind having a mix like that?
It's really exciting because the typically a class that you'll provide for a mixed group, historically it's like 80% women, and we see that as well. Sometimes couples don't need to be together in group. It's not, their dynamics make it rough for them to be in the same group, but it's really a more positive thing that there's a fathers group, because men historically have been sort of left out. When you talk about parenting, people usually think about moms.
Sure.
And there are so many single moms now, but dads get left out of the equation. And, the numbers are terrifying now when you look at the amount of adolescent murderers. 70% of them are fatherless, and sexual assault, and just in the prison system,
right,
they're fatherless. And so it's so critical that our fathers that want to be involved are encouraged to be involved, and that's what we're about, is about encouraging them. And our guys are great. They really want to be a part of their children's lives.
Well, it's neat that the book that I had was the parenting book, but you also have a separate curriculum just for dads,
yes,
right?
Sir. We sure do.
Yeah.
It's called Nurturing Fathers, written by Mark Perlman, and it's a little bit different lessons than it is for the mixed groups, and it focuses on where do you get your parenting style from, what did you get from your father, and what do you want to jettison, and what do you want to keep, and where do you want to go with your kids?
Right. Okay. How long does the program take? If someone's interested in enrolling the program and they qualify, how long are they expected to attend?
It's really exciting because we're flexible. With CPS, we typically run 13 weeks. So you get a chance to get all of that content, which is so wonderful. But we are able to case manage. If someone's not able to be in group, we can do just case management, which involves referrals for education, legal, employment, counseling, housing, food, everything that you could possibly need that would be a stressor. We have connections in the community that we can help set people up for. So if you can't do 13 weeks, or if that just sounds real overwhelming, we have the ability to do shorter courses of classes, and then also be able to provide the case management, which is such a big piece.
Okay. So the program, is it something, where does the PADRES program originate? Is it something that other agencies do as well? Is it something that just you guys do?
There are other agencies that use it in Texas, and sometimes their focus is a little different. We've seen in some of the areas that it's just offender populations that are in the fathers group for PADRES, and that's not a restriction for us. So it is other places, yes.
Okay, awesome. I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about you a little bit.
Okay.
Since I've been doing what I've been doing, you've been with ADAC. Have you always been with ADAC? What is your background? What is your
ADAC.
your age? your education, and are you originally from East Texas?
I am not. My husband is a bass fisherman, though, and so that I could see him on the weekends, we moved up to be near Lake Sam Rayburn so that he could be close. And we didn't want to raise our kids in Houston, so where we were originally from, and so we moved here 25 years ago. So we love being here, and love the culture and love the environment and the community. And I actually started out as a graphic designer, but then moved into the field of substance abuse and became a licensed chemical dependency counselor.
Okay.
I did that for almost 17 years, 11 of that with ADAC. And then I took a little break because there's a burnout rate for counselors a lot of times in substance use, and that usually runs around 7 years. So I was on year 17, so I thought I did pretty well. And I love the agency, ADAC, but I took a break and did marketing and healthcare marketing for a while and worked in pediatrics and then senior adults. So when this opportunity came up, originally with ADAC, I worked in their department where I was doing screenings for people for state-funded treatment. Okay. And we saw a lot of people with CPS. And I was really frustrated by the mindset that they felt like they could still use and have their kids, and I felt helpless. And PADRES came along, and I was so thankful to have the opportunity to be a part, because this way, with that was in my heart, that I really wanted to be able to make a difference and work with people who were involved with trying to change that mindset and change the trajectory of children's lives.
Okay. So quite a difference going from graphic design to marketing to doing what you do now. What made you attracted to being in this service, this public service line of work? My
mother was a very compassionate woman and always reached out to help other people, so that's in our family DNA. You honed in. I'm in personal recovery, so I've been drug and alcohol free for 33 years this year. And so my life derailed when I was in graphic design, and as God led me to 12-step, I decided to go into the field. And so that's where I became an LCDC. And then when I did marketing, it was all healthcare marketing. And so I always talk about how I feel like God has led me to love all his kids, because I never in my life would have expected that I would have worked with senior adults or pediatrics. Yeah. And because I love teenagers, love when we're teens. And all those experiences have drawn up to be able to be a part of what I'm doing now.
All right. Do you ever have the opportunity to still flex the old graphic design skills?
I do. I do some of that now, and my husband has his own business, and I do his graphic design for his business.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah.
Okay, great. Do that. Vallie, I guess I want to leave with if someone wants more information about PADRES, yes, and if they think they'd like to take advantage of the program, how can they get in touch with you?
Through the ADAC main office, which is 936-634-5753, and ask for Vallie Cross or for someone from PADRES, and we'll get back to you super fast.
Awesome.
Oh, the program's free. It's completely free. We have a lot of resources, and it's a very successful program. We're about to have graduation this weekend. We'll have 16 graduates.
Wow.
Yeah, we're excited. Awesome. We're going to have a party.
Awesome. Well, Vallie, thank you.
Thank you.
A nice facility you have here. We're at the Lufkin PADRES facility, and very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. So again, if you're interested in PADRES, you can get in touch with Vallie Cross through ADAC. Again, that number is 936-634-5753. And if you have any questions or comments about what you've heard today, you can always email us at conversationsandconnections@fccet.com. And if you feel like you need the services of the Family Crisis Center, we do have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week number. That number is 1-800-828-7233. And be sure to give us that subscribe. You can subscribe via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or the podcast service of your choice. Just search for Conversations and Connections. And remember, be the voice, if not for you, for someone else.